Hi guys, Scotty here with another DBZ Dokkan battle video, and today I've got the ultimate guide to the Intensifying Fights event for you. This event can be quite confusing with some very specific things you need to do in the event in order to fight certain bosses and get your stones, and there's about 105 stones up for grabs, so going into the next summons that are coming up, it's maybe a good time now to try whack these out, get them done. So yeah, let's jump right into the video. Just a quick reminder that if you haven't already, to just subscribe to the channel and maybe drop a like or a comment just to help me with the algorithm. Thanks, onto the video. Alright, so I'm going to go through each stage and I'll have bookmarks for everything, and on the left I'll have the category. These three missions you need to get done. There is the category type mission, there is just completing the mission with anyone, any team, and then there is a very specific mission where you need to do something in the event, in that phase, in a certain phase to actually get the boss that the mission mentions to appear. So for instance, in stage 1, the category mission is Connected Hope. They're the Connected Hope category leaders, the 4 there. Then there's the team that I used to clear Connected Hope mission. And then afterwards, there is the special mission where you need to do something to get this boss to appear. It says defeat Fusion Android 13. And to do that, you need to obtain at least 10 int key orbs in phase 2 of the fight. So you beat the first boss however you want, and then in that same fight, the second one, I think it's Space Android 13, will come along, and you need to get at least 10 int orbs. Now, why I say at least 10, and you'll see this throughout the video, is there's no exact number. There's best guesses everyone's done. I got at least 10, and that got Fusion Android 13 to appear. So yeah, it's going to be a bit of that throughout the video, but then I used a different team at the bottom there to actually get that mission done. So that's how the slides work. The first team you see there is for the category, and the second team you see there is what I used to clear the specific mission, the third mission, where it was defeat Fusion Android 13, and so on and so forth. So yeah, this one, it's not too difficult. It is quite a bit of RNG. So for instance, in stage 1, what you need to do, and I'm not really going to talk about the first 2 missions. Getting done with Connected Hope and just getting the mission done is relatively easy. I didn't find this event particularly hard at all, and I don't think it's particularly hard. It's just getting that final mission done for each one that can be very irritating, because there's also a lot of uncertainty around it, and the wiki is a bit vague in that. So yeah. Okay, so if you can't build this exact team, I'm going to give a few alternatives. You are looking for key orb changes, specifically int ones. That int Gohan, the LR Gohan there, is a fantastic one. You want to be careful about rainbow orb changes though. So for instance, here you can see this is where we got it right. We've got base Android 13 there, and I had LR Gohan on rotation, but no, I didn't have the Super Easy Aid Bluhan on rotation, because he changes all those damn int orbs, or quite a few of them, to rainbow orbs and completely ruins this. So you need to be careful about bringing rainbow orb changes, because they can just take your int orbs away from Gohan and just pretty much end the run for you there, and then just abandon if you don't get it and go back and try again. So it is a bit of RNG. Almost like the punching bag event, we're waiting to get the correct setup of orbs, but as long as you get at least 10, then you're pretty much guaranteed to get the next one. You can see here we beat Android 13 and we get Fusion Android 2 come along. So make sure you're bringing int orb changes, and yeah, pretty much that's pretty much all there is to it, and I hope you get a good setup. It might take a couple of rotations to get the correct setup where you get this done. Did for me, I did it 3 or 4 times, but you can see here, I think we got 14 orbs. Now we get the little animation, and then we've got Fusion Android, and then we can finish up that mission. Okay, on to stage 2. Okay, on to stage 2, and your category you need to beat is Target Goku. They're your Target Goku category leaders. I just went for a straight cooler team, because they're all Target Goku as well, and yeah, that's what I went for. It was pretty easy. Didn't struggle with anything there, but here is another team you can do as well, using the AGL Android 13, if I could just find them there. And then I basically just slapped some of the top units I had in Target Goku. Not the biggest category or anything like that, but there's some good units on there. So this is another team you could run if you don't have you should have that team anyway. It's a free-to-play team pretty much, besides the Ella and the leader. But this is another team you can use if you want to run Target Goku. This, however, is the team I use to do the special mission. So defeat Super Saiyan Goku. What you need to do is in stage 1 and in stage 2, you need to do as few super attacks as possible. So what's it going to mean? You're going to need to get out the big guns, get out as many new units as you can that do very high damage, so that you're not using like 4 or 5 supers per boss to kill them. So Gohan, look, Beast Gohan is not really the highest damage dealer there. He's a tank, so wasn't probably not the best pick for this. But then the new Tech Goku there, I mean, he pretty much cleaned the rest of this up and did absolutely fine. So you want to take very high damaging units. LR Gotenks, Tech Gotenks is fantastic for this because he does like 23 mil super attacks on this. Tech Goku in second slot, he's going to just do as well 17, 18, 19 million super attacks like 2 or 3 times. So they very, very quickly burn down these guys, and then you're not sitting waiting forever doing too many super attacks where you're not going to see Super Saiyan Goku. So I'll just jump ahead quickly to Super Saiyan Goku here. Okay, you can see LR Tech Gotenks absolutely shredding the last second phase boss all on his own. Just first one Goku gone, and then poor Piccolo just gets obliterated as well by the second super here. And once we are done with that, you will see that we get Super Saiyan Goku. So all in all, that was what, like, I think 3 or 4 supers in the beginning and then 2, so yeah, about 6. I was going to go back and count, so that's kind of probably the upper limit, is you need to kill them pretty quickly. Okay, on to stage 3. Okay, so stage 3 is going to be special pose category. So they're the leaders there. This is the team that I use for that. And yeah, I'm going to build another team for you here. You could just use the full Ginyu team as well to get this done. They should be absolutely fine. They're pretty good, but just make sure they're easy aid. That's all I'll say. So you could run a full Ginyu team here, and you could throw in a couple of the... there's a couple of units that are summonable, not just free to play here. So yeah, but I went for this team rather with the being led by Super Saiyan, by Gotenks and then a bunch of other special pose units. It was easy peasy to get done with the category mission. Okay, and then this is the team. I can see the team at the bottom there. Sorry, the gameplay went really fast. You can see the team at the bottom of the sheet there on the left. What I went just for a similar demonic power team from the first stage, because there were a lot of orb changes on it already, and I just swapped in what I think it was the free-to-play Tech Demon King Piccolo and the Boo there, the Tech Boo, good Boo there, I think. No, I don't think that's good Boo, but it's the Tech Boo. What you need to do is make sure that in phase 2 you get as many rainbow orbs as possible. I think it is at least 10. I think I got about 12, and kind of just figuring it out with the int ones as well, it's probably 10. So you need a lot of rainbow orb changes on the team, and there's going to be RNG involved as well. You just need to make sure you're going to have to try a few times. I think I had to try 2 or 3 times, but it's not too hard. There's a lot of rainbow orb changes on this team, and if you are struggling, just pretty much use any team and then just make sure that you go into the filter settings and click skill effect, and then click super passive skill, and then look for changes orbs, and go and look for orb changes that change to rainbow. That's going to be your only way to get through this, is make sure you have a lot of orb changes on your team. And we'll jump quickly through to that. So here you can kind of see what you want to see on your screen to get through this. You need all your rainbow orb changes in the same rotation here, and then look, you're going to get 4 or 5. It's not the easiest thing because rainbow orbs obviously don't burst the orbs next to them, so you're going to need a lot in a row. So yeah, that's what you're going to want to see, and then you'll get on to Vegeta. Okay, let's take a look at stage 4. Right, so stage 4's category is super bosses. They're your super bosses leads, and you can just build a nice super bosses team. Again, they don't really struggle. These intensifying fights don't feel super intense until you take a stray super and it's 1.5 mil. But that seems to be the thing. Normals will be absolutely fine, and you'll suddenly take a random super that'll kill you. But this team did with absolutely no issue. So that's how you get the category done, and you'll just see me unbuilding the team there on the side. Okay, so this is probably the most irritating, for me anyway, mission I had to get done. So Yeah, you might see it's slightly different team in the gameplay. I did tweak it a little bit because, yeah, I thought it was a better team on the left, but I didn't record that run. This was a little bit more consistent, the left team. So run it with Super Saiyan Beyond, Blue Evolution, Vegeta. Damn, I can never remember his name properly. Run it with him as the lead. He does a hell of a lot of super attacks, and that's what you've got to do to get to Goku Ultra Instinct. You need to do a ton of super attacks. So yeah, honestly, it's like I think it's nearly 10 before you get to him, or something, or 12. It is a lot. It's probably closer to 12. So that's why I brought some Universe 6 as well. Now, might want say there's better Universal Survival Saga units, I know, but they all hit too hard. That's the problem here, is you need units that super a lot but don't really hit that hard, because if they just do massive amount of damage, they'll just kill before you actually get to Goku, UI Goku. So as you can see, you've got it says remain 6 charges there. You've got 2 turns to actually get in about 12 super attacks. So that's like what, at least 2 super attacks per unit, and then they cannot kill him before you get to that 10 to 12 range. So this one is a bit of a pain. There's a bit of RNG, but just try bring units that, like you can see, we're doing 4 mil here. We don't want to be doing 20 mil damage to this boss. We want to be doing 3 or 4 mil super attacks, and lots of them. So that's why I brought the Universe 6 units. So Kale Caulifla, and then Kale and Caulifla again, because she will do, Kale and Caulifla, the ally unit, will do lots, like 4 or 5 all on her own, and then the other 2 don't do massive damage, as long as Kale can just stop, Caulifla can just, no, it is Kale, as long as Kale can just stop critting so much, which she does. But again, it's only 4 or 5 million, so it's not a ton of damage. So you want to be careful with your damage output, and you want units that are going to additional a lot. And that will get UI Goku to finally appear. This one irritated me so much, was probably my worst one. And yeah, so there we go. He's there. Let's go ahead and kill him and then be done with that one. Cool, moving on to stage 5. Okay, and now we're on to stage 5, and honestly, the missions get much easier from this point on, I found. So category is power absorption, they're your category leaders, and there's some very nice units in there that will just take care of this, no problem whatsoever. So the category mission, again, there's no problem, and easy. Now to get, this is the team, that's the team I used, and I went through a couple of options there for this one as well. But yeah, you can just throw most of these units on there and they'll be absolutely fine. Going on to how to defeat Gotenks, or rather how to get him to appear. Pretty much I think for every single stage now I just used the exact same boss. The power absorption team was like fine for the mission, and so on. The next one, or whatever it is, category was, I used the same teams each time, because it pretty much just became about damage output now. So to get Gotenks to appear, you need to defeat the phase 2 boss within 3 turns. So that, with these units, that is very easy. There'll be some, especially with that, if you've got that Boo Tanks, that super easy 8 Boo, you can just blast through this very, very easily with him. He'll do 20 million damage, depending on how many orbs you give him, and he'll destroy the boss. So that would be how to get Gotenks to appear. Just defeat them with 3 turns, do high damage. Yeah, not too bad. So it took us 2 turns to kill Super Saiyan 3 Goku, and Goku entered the second turn with like a single bar left. So very easy mission, and we get Gotenks to appear. So yeah, not too bad at all. Going on to stage 6. Okay, so category for stage 6 is youth, and we've had a nice little bit of some new youth units release, and a lot of youth units actually get some nice easy A's. So if you've got those easy 8 units and the new Super Saiyan 2 Gohan and that, this should be pretty easy, very easy for the category mission. This is the team I used. I even threw a free-to-play unit in there, and we got Bulma on there as well, well, she's not that old, I don't say she's old, but yeah, so not all just brand spanking new units, and that is the team I used. Pretty much never a problem with them, and I was able to use them as well for the special mission. Okay, so like I said, this one was not too difficult to do. I did it with the same team, and just make sure in phase 2 you are getting a lot of, you need a lot of rainbow orbs. So this team has a lot of rainbow orb changes on it already, and just try hold back on your damage if you can. Obviously you've got to collect the rainbow orbs, so you don't really have a choice about that, but don't use active skills, don't use anything you don't have to, and just try and drag the fight out as long as possible so that you can collect as many rainbow orbs as possible, because again, it's going to be, it was at least 10, if I remember correctly. It is at least 10 that you need to get with these orb changes. So luckily we didn't kill, and we were able to get 2 rotations of phase 2. You're gonna pretty much need that, otherwise you're not gonna get this. So it's always about trying to drag it out a little bit as much as you can. Obviously you've got to get your rainbow orbs, so it's hard to do that, but yeah, you want at least 2 rotations so that you can grab up to 10 rainbow orbs, and that will get Jackie Chun to appear. There we go. So just defeat Jackie Chun. Once that's done, again, this might take a little bit of RNG. You might need to do this a few times. It's normal. Just make sure you got lots of rainbow orb changes. Okay, on to stage 7 with the final stage. Alright, the final category is Otherworld Warriors, the category leaders, and the team I used. So just really pick the highest damaging units you possibly can for this, because then you can use the same team for both, because yeah, the Otherworld Warriors categories got a lot of recently easy ed units, a lot of good units. That Angel Vegeta Super Saiyan 3 Goku one is actually an insane unit, the amount of damage he can put out, 40 million supers, just one-shotting bosses and that, so he's really going to be your GOAT in this if you can bring him in. But yeah, the rest are really good units as well, and that's a team I used for the category. Now, to get Super Saiyan Goku Angel Super Kaioken to appear, you need to defeat phase 2 in one single turn. So it might again take a little bit of RNG to get your highest damage dealers on there, but if you pulled any of the Annie units, like you can see I've got Goku there, Vegeta, so Tech Goku, AGL Vegeta, and then that the Angel Vegeta, Super Saiyan 2 Angel Vegeta, and Super Saiyan 3 Goku LR there. I've got him rainbowed, so I had him on rotation for phase 2, and then he completely obliterated them. So yeah, you want to just make sure you are doing very high damage in phase 2, and that's all there is to it. That would be the final stage, and that is how you get Super Saiyan Goku Angel to appear. So just a slight correction, I didn't have that Angel Vegeta on rotation here. I just had the this was enough. This rotation was enough to clear it in one phase, and took us to Goku. And there he is. There's Goku. We finished him off with Frieza. You can see you saw the KO screen there. Frieza finished him off in the last one. Finished Cell off in the last rotation, and there we go. That is how you get the final boss to appear, and how you get your 105 stones. Thank you so much if you've watched this far. I really hope this has helped, and yeah, I also recently, haven't enjoyed the Intensifying, not that I haven't enjoyed them, they're just not my favorite thing. I don't like a ton of RNG to be involved in that, which is some of these stages. But yeah, it was interesting, and I just, because I didn't really like them, and there was some confusion around it, I didn't really ever give it paid much heed, until I realized how many stones were actually in there, and I was like, oh, by the way, look at that 60 million super attack. I was by this unit is such a sleeper hit. It doesn't have a ton of defense in that, sure, but the damage he can put out, like that was a 60 million, now 35 million. It's just absolute boss. But yeah, I do have him rainbow as well. It's possibly why as well. So yeah, like I said, hope this has helped, and nice to just maybe bump up the stone coffers before the next summon. I know there's some new stuff coming out this week, easy A's and that. Not going to spoil anything if you don't like watching that sort of thing. I just like to be surprised. But yeah, thank you so much for watching, and I'll hopefully will check you guys in the next one.